AITA for telling my daughter it's just a dress and she's being dramatic? I am not the original poster. That is you, clueless dad perhaps. He posted in Am I the asshole? Fun fact to cover up spoilers comes from you, qualified apathetic. They sent me this. Humans have just as many hair follicles per square inch as other great apes. Our body hair is just so much lighter and finer that it looks like less. Also, you have stripes. They can sometimes be seen with a UV light. Your cat may be able to see them without help, since their vision extends into the UV spectrum. Trigger warning. Parental death. Less than. Mood spoiler. Communication wins out. Less than. Original post. March 23, 2023. I'm a single dad to 3 daughters. This revolves around my middle, Juliet, 17F. A few weeks ago, I took her shopping for her prom dress. She picked one that she absolutely loved and she truly looks like a princess. Then, last week, she was very upset because she saw on Instagram that a classmate, not a friend, but someone in her grade, had bought the same dress, but in a different color. She tried asking the other girl to change and the girl, rightfully, told her no. I was sympathetic and let her vent, also adding that it was a different color so at the very least, it wasn't too similar. The issue is, Juliet has been trash-talking the girl for the past week. This is very out of character for her. She's never been a gossip. But I've heard her venting to her friends about it. I let it go because what does venting really matter? Then I got a call from Juliet's history teacher saying that she overheard Juliet talking poorly about this girl repeatedly, while the girl is not in the class and there's no evidence of bullying. She is worried it'll get there. I sat Juliet down and said, while I understand completely that this is frustrating and I may not get all that comes with dresses and such, this isn't fair to the other girl. From what it seems, she didn't purposefully do this to hurt her. I pointed out the different colors. Also offered to take her to return the dress and she could get another if having a unique dress was that important. Juliet said that she shouldn't have to get a new dress. She kept trash-talking this girl. I finally told her, it's a dress. Your feelings are valid, but you need to stop being so dramatic and let it go. This upset her and she left the room in tears. I tried talking to her about it, but she stayed in her room. My eldest, 22F, told me I technically wasn't wrong, but I shouldn't have said it. I really try not to be a bumbling dad who doesn't know what he's talking about. I learned all stuff related to raising girls. Have always made it clear they can come to me for anything, etc. If I need to outsource a problem or they want a woman to talk to. They have their godmother, late wife's best friend. Was I the ass here? Relevant comment. Honestly, this is all very out of character for her. She's never been one to care about fashion. I know sometimes her friends have worn the same outfits. She doesn't normally buy anything relatively unique. I don't know if there's some sort of prom dress culture, or if something is going on. I know I'm her dad, so maybe I'm biased. But this is brand new behavior. Oop is voted NTA. Update. Same post. 8 hours later. I want to thank everyone for your feedback and advice. Some of you suggested there is much more going on here and I agreed. I sat down with Juliet again and said I stand by my sentiment. But I also think there has to be more going on. As I said, it's just a dress and this isn't like her at all. Some of you suggested perhaps she had prior history with this girl. She said no. They don't even really talk. They only follow each other on social media because everyone follows everyone. I pushed more and asked why a dress was so important. She eventually admitted it wasn't. Then went on to say that she's felt weird about prom this whole time and her senior year overall. When I asked why, she started crying and said she missed her mom. She wished she was here, etc. My wife passed when Juliet was 5, so she never truly had her for any of those big milestones that a girl would have with a mother. Watching her friends go through all these things with their mom reminded her that she doesn't have one. I gave her a big hug and held her while she cried. I cried a little myself. I knew that Juliet struggled with her mom's death but had no clue it was still such an issue. Once she calmed down, Juliet insisted that she hadn't ever said anything to the girl but agreed to apologize for even asking her to change the dress. She also promised to stop talking junk. I told her next time to just talk to me about it. I miss her mom too. When my eldest was going through all these milestones her senior year, I definitely felt that someone was missing and that my wife should be there. So crisis is over. I know some said to ban her from going to prom, and if she had continued her behavior, I would have. But considering she's going to apologize and is letting it go, I feel that's an overreaction. Good dad. Good on him for understanding that grief has no timeline and sometimes it pops up again here and there. As someone who lost her mom at the ripe old age of 35, it will always still be an issue. You never stop missing them. Even children whose mothers passed before they had a chance to get to know them. It's the absence of a mother figure at important milestones that hurts. I hope OOP reaches out for some supportive resources. I've found a lot of help through a group called Motherless Daughters. I really need a source for this Stripes fact. ETA. Thanks for posting links. I also Googled them. Till. My dad died in a car accident when I was 7. He was 36. Totally out of the blue. My 37th birthday was really tough and I didn't see it coming at all. For whatever reason, me having lived longer than he had was very sad milestone. It just seemed so unfair. I never understand parents who just want to punish their kid and then double down on the punishment and insults. This dad sat down and talked with his daughter and they were able to communicate. She was hurting. I feel so bad for both of them, but happy that they could open up and share their feelings and feel closer. OOP is not a bumbling dad who doesn't know what he's talking about. This is how you raise children who aren't spoiled. Good parenting. A father who actually talks to his daughter and resolves an issue seamlessly. On Reddit. Say what? Damn, that was just sad and wholesome, and now I have to go call my mom. It's good OOP got her to eventually understand and express where her malice was coming from. But I feel OOP being more accurate at the beginning and pointing out Juliet was being an asshole to the other girl would be more helpful than just calling her dramatic. This makes me glad that I was a weird kid who never cared about anyone wearing the same costume as me. Gave her a big hug and held her while she cried. I cried a little myself. I knew that Juliet struggled with her mom's death but had no clue it was still such an issue. I don't condone bullying. Nada, but this sure broke my heart. She is also a young girl who lost her mother when she was a kid herself and now not just has to face major milestones without her mother by her side but constantly miss her presence when she has to deal with issues which only a mother could deal with. Well, that trigger warning had me expecting a different outcome. My mom died after my 13th birthday and graduation was the worst. Everyone is so excited and going shopping, and meanwhile I was grieving all the big occasions. Good on OP for recognizing and validating his daughter's grief. Good on OP for communicating and also working with his daughter to figure out what the real issue was. Most of the comments were being really harsh to Juliet about the fact it was all over a dress. But I remember girls in my high school were extremely sensitive about prom dresses. There was a Facebook group to try and make sure you didn't have the same one as someone else. I was in the position where I got the same dress as someone but posted first. And she was so upset she returned it without me ever saying anything. High school girls can be both vicious and capricious. Not at all condoning the bullying. A dress isn't worth it. Best Dad Award for understanding your daughter and being the support system she needs. Just in case the original poster of this story does make his way to this thread, as sometimes happens, I just want to point out that that was top of the class parenting despite him being utterly confused. I'm glad Op went deeper, and not just dismissing his daughter as being a dramatic teenage girl. Maybe if the mom had some jewelry she could wear it with the dress? What an unexpectedly tragic but heartfelt update regarding the prom dress. This is why all the seniors in my year created a Facebook group for prom, so none of us would have the same outfit. Day 8030 of wishing I could choose my parents. Cheers to Oop for being an amazing dad and talking everything out. Glad everyone is fine now.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. EpicAriaCast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.